All right, the purpose of this tutorial is to help you make your class website. So we're going to be using Weebly. Now there's other free web hosting, but Weebly has some features that I think are particularly useful, and since we're having an entire course use it, I want everyone to be using the same thing. That way we're all familiar with the same ways that we can edit the website. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is go to sign up. I'm going to choose Google plus sign in. Right, and I'm going to use my Clark County email. You should also use your Clark County email as opposed to your personal email, although if you do, it's not a big deal. All right. It took me a second. Wasn't sure what I was asking to do. All right. So that was a little bit awkward for me because I already have a Weebly page, so it was asking me to merge the two. So the first thing you're going to be tasked with is to select a theme. And by theme, they basically mean they're going to give you a pre-made website that looks like just like any one of these. And then you're going to be able to insert your own photos and use basically the same layout. So I would probably pay particular attention to where the navigation is, the font that they're using. I wouldn't worry. You can change the color scheme and other aspects, but that's harder. So I wouldn't worry too much about the pictures that you see in the center, but so much of the layout itself. All right, so I'm going to just pick this one with the little soccer player on it. All right. I encourage you to look at several different themes and kind of click around and see which flow of website you like. Since I'm not going to be using this particular page I make extensively, I'm just going to pick the first theme that I see. All right, when you click Start Editing, it basically lets you take over the website that already exists. All right, you also get to pick your website name, which you'll be sharing with me for the class web page. And so you don't want to register a new domain because they're going to ask you to do money for that. So let's just do Panetta example weebly.com. All right, so that is available. All right, they're going to give me some helpful hints, and I can drag things around. Essentially, these are going to be like basically like if you think of the navigation of how they allow you to create this website, it's basically a bunch of building blocks similar to maybe a iPad or iPhone or a Samsung phone. And so what I like to do when I make mine is completely strip it down and essentially create a template page. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the pages, and I'm going to delete all of the pages they've already made for me. Right? Everything except for the home page. And the home page, what we're going to do is we're going to strip that down until it's bare. Right? So another interesting thing about creating new pages, which I won't do until I create my template page, and I'm actually going to click, well, let's make the home page first. All right, so we're going to build the home page, and essentially I want to strip this down so everything that's like a clickable box, I'm going to just exit out, just completely get rid of it. All right, if I want to change an image that I might want to keep, say I want to keep this big background picture, I can click Edit Background, replace the image, pick something from my own gallery. This is stuff that I've used for the Panetta Math website, so maybe I'm going to pick the big P. All right, not the most beautiful thing, but just wanted to show how you could replace an image that already exists. All right. I don't particularly like the prefab websites they give you. I think there's too much on one page. There's way too much scrolling. It's just, I don't know. It's trying to make it look pretty, but it's not exactly a functional website. It just looks like pop-up ads to me. So I'm going to continue to just delete all this extra garbage, minutia, whatever you want to call it. All right. Now what's interesting is you can see like there's spacers here. So I deleted that spacer and then it changed that layout. And so that's something that kind of takes a while getting used to as you're building it out. Is you want it to take a particular layout. If you kind of think of it as a table, using spacers will help you get the particular layout that you want. And keep deleting all their stuff. All right, delete this background. Maybe keep that spacer. All right, and what I'm trying to do is essentially make a template page. And so it's something that every time I make a new page, I can just make a copy of that template. If I don't, if I just say insert a new page, it's going to use this built-in theme, and I'm going to have to keep deleting all of this extra, like I said, just garbage that's included. And it'll really, just doing this now will really speed up your ability to essentially build your website in the future. You don't want to spend hours and hours building a web page simply because you have to keep clicking out of these boxes. Right? Because what we're using this web space for is very different than if you're, trying to sell something or have a business front. Maybe this template idea, it kind of gives you an idea of how to get a nice layout. And maybe when you build your own template, you can include some of these features. But basically, you want to strip it down to what you would want to have on every single page. Otherwise, you're going to be making copies of pages and deleting things. You spend most of your time doing that instead of actually developing your website. All right, so I deleted all that. I'm going to pretend that's the only thing I really want is that P. I'm going to pick a logo instead of text, but you can do text and logo. Pick an old logo that I've used before. All right, so now I have the baseline website that I want. Now I'm going to go to Pages. I'm going to click Home Page, and I'm going to copy it. All right, now I'm going to click the new one. I'll label it Template. I'm going to hide it in navigation because this template I don't want other people to find. It's not really designed for people to see. It's more of just a page that I keep around so that I can copy it, duplicate it, and make pages faster. All right. Now I have my home page, and now I have to think about adding other pages. So a lot of times with navigation, you want drop-down menus, and it took me a while to figure out how to get drop-down menus in Weebly. So I'm going to show you that aspect too. So all I'm going to do is basically create the navigation in one page for Unit 1. So I'm going to go Add New Pages. All right, Standard Page, which is not what I wanted to click. I said navigation. I'm going to click Standard Page. All right, well, we'll say week 1 assignment. All right, so I got my week 1 assignment, template where people can't see it, and now I need to create a new page with navigation. So non-clickable menus, basically their navigation item. All right, we're going to call this Unit 1. All right, so we got Unit 1, and we want to tuck week 1 assignment in Unit 1, so see how it goes a little bit to the right. Now if you want multiple drop-down menus, you can make it go farther to the right and it'll be staggered. Or if you want them to be just 2 lengths, so if you look at this, let's see. All right, about week 1 assignment, let's go to home page. All right. Well, we can't see it. Let me unhide it from navigation real quick. All right, so it's unhidden from navigation. I can see two of them. Now, if I want it staggered where this is, where all three of them are inside each other, right? You can get that type of navigation menu. So I thought that was worth noting. I'm going to go back to my template and just hide it from navigation because it's not really a page for other people to see. It's used for creating new pages. All right, last page type we'll look at until we're done. So external page would be like, okay, say I want to link to the class web page. So I'm going to say Panetta Math, and we'll have www.panettamath.com. All right, and a lot of times when I do external pages, I like to go and open a new page instead of getting me off of navigation. All right, so we have that. And then we're going to want one page where we have a blog. So this is kind of a running reflection that we'll do at the end of certain activities. So we'll have blog and say done. We want to switch the order of this navigation, right? We have home to the left, but maybe, you know, I want unit 1 at the end. I can switch that order. So now I have home, Panetta Math, blog, unit 1. I can make unit 2, unit 3, unit 4. All right, so now that I have the blog page, I can basically keep a running posts. All right, so this is the basics of creating it. Now, all the changes I did, no one can actually see from the outside yet. So if I go to Weebly, Panetta example, or wait, I think they like to do, I think it's, let me check real quick. Yeah, Panetta example.weebly.com. All right, so if I were to look at that, web page doesn't exist yet, so I need to publish it. All right, I don't need to have some fancy domain. I'm not going to be paying for this, so I'm good with my domain. I'm trying to get this crap off the screen. Okay, and it's publishing. All right, and then if you want to go to see what users see, you click it. It still says a soccer template. Well, I don't want it to say a soccer template, so I can go back. Let's see, settings. It's not a soccer. We're going to call it Panetta example. So we can change that title real quick. Back to building it. See if this link works now. See how it still says a soccer. So anytime I'm making a change, it won't actually occur until I hit publish. So I did a bunch of editing. Now I want this new version of it. So, oh, that's a bad example. So I'm supposed to hit save. All right, so I saved it. But again, if I go to this new page, it still says a soccer even after I saved it. Now that's where I'm going, okay, that's because I have to publish. So now if I publish it, it says Panetta example. It's got my template page, and I am done. Right? All the content is a little bit easier to create. I'll let you kind of figure that out on your own. But essentially, you just go with these little basic operators over here. I can add a picture. Anytime you get an embed code, so from like Desmos, GeoGebra, YouTube, you can embed something, use that. You can copy and paste, so a lot of them provide it. But I just want text that I can type, so maybe I want a layout where there's an image and then there's text to the side of the image. All right, and you can see that little like light blue bar. That's going to tell me it's going to be popping up left and right. But maybe then I want there to be a space in between the two. I can add a spacer, so that's a little bit farther down. All right. All right, so now I have a space, an image. I can click that, upload an image. I can start typing here. And hopefully that's enough to get you started. If you have any questions, let me know.